You are?
Yeah, I'm up early.
Everybody good? Good morning, everybody. As most of you probably know, we announced yesterday the official return to professional cycling. I announced my official return to professional cycling. There's been a couple of updates since yesterday. I've changed my mind. Just kidding. It crossed my mind about 20 minutes into Las Vegas. I was like, are you sure you want to do this? Just kidding. Honestly, there's no contract because there's no salary, there's no bonus. I would have written this is essentially a donation. It's more about the campaign. So I think we had some concerns to the Livestrong presence on the jersey. Once that was done, then we were basically done. I'll ride for at least a year, but I don't want to say that it's one and out. It could be more. I think a big part of it will be how long it takes us to unroll this campaign and unravel and roll out the campaign globally. So if it ends at the summit in Paris, we have commitments from world leaders and we can ultimately see them implemented. It might be beneficial to race another year. I have other endurance-related things I'd like to do after cycling, but I don't know. It's just hard to say. It was so difficult. I mean, very difficult to start your own team. Two things. Number one, I was extremely loyal to Johan. I couldn't imagine racing against him or racing without him. And secondly, extremely loyal to track. And so it would have been, it was a natural fit to go to Astana because Johan was there, track was there. The main infrastructure of the team that I always had before is still there. And so, mostly out of loyalty to those two, I would tell Alberto, just like I said yesterday, is I'm not sure after 4 years off the bike and being 4 years older if I can be as competitive, nearly as competitive as I was before. It isn't about that. And as I also said yesterday, I've maintained over the last year, I think he is the best bike rider in the world right now. I don't know how the events will unfold. I certainly hope he stays with the team. I certainly think he's a great rider and a good guy. I certainly would not expect to be the leader in any race if I wasn't the strongest man on the team. So we'll play that day by day, week by week, month by month, and we're leading up to it. I will not only follow the orders of the team, but I'll follow the orders of the director. And I think that's the critical thing. You have a team, you have an organization, you have a coach. And ultimately, the athletes have to follow the orders of the coach. And so Johan will make that call. He's very smart. He'll understand who's strongest and not strongest. He knows that the number one ambition is for the team to win. So I will follow orders as they come, and we'll see. Again, I can't reiterate enough. 4 years is a long time to be off the bike. But I discussed it yesterday, and I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again today. I discussed it yesterday. I'll discuss it today, beyond today. I don't believe that it's beneficial for cycling to constantly sit around and question performance, and to accuse people and to point fingers. Older generations versus newer generations versus current generations versus whatever. I think we as a sport and we as a movement must recognize that doping has always existed in sport. Doping probably will always exist. Don can't say that better. But ultimately, as an event, you lay out the rules, you make them very public. If people cross the line, you kick them out and you keep moving. We don't stop, we don't cry, we don't whine, we don't say that our sport is doomed or our sport is finished. We move on. The cycling has been around a long time. It's weathered many, many storms. I'm a believer in cycling, so it was a level of transparency that I just didn't want to leave I didn't want to leave that box unchecked. And so I sought out Don. he has a job to do, and it's his job. It's not my job. I will subject myself to whatever he wants. But ultimately, I think at some point we as sports fans and cycling fans must get back to enjoying the race and respecting the riders and respecting the performances. So hopefully this helps. I can't guarantee that there will always be people that question performance. We understand that, but that has to be a minor line in the story. The major line is the movement and is the global campaign. I almost wish we would have a fourth seat up here. And we appreciate your feedback. Absolutely correct. Thank you. Thank you. We're not going to go negative here. I appreciate you being here.
The whole history is.
Next question. Tim? It's not. I think a lot has been made about the tension between myself and the roadside and the fans on the roadside in France. There's also been a lot made about the tension between our countries and our societies versus each other, and how that it all sits inside of world politics and world polemics. But the fact of the matter is I think it's a great country. I've always enjoyed my time there. I've lived there for quite some time. I'm looking forward to going back. I don't think that the tour will be my first experience in France. I can see that Paris, for example. I was with President Sarkozy the other night, and I can tell you, I think he's excited for this. He's very friendly and very open and very complimentary. So maybe that's a good indication, although we don't. But nonetheless, it's time to move on, and it's time for the tour to be a great event. I'm excited to go. I think it's an interesting route just from the leaks that we've seen, and that it starts in Monte Carlo, which is near to where I lived in the south of France. There are also leaks of a departure to Catalonia, another place that I lived, with a stage start in Girona and a stage finish in Barcelona. And then finally, again, another leap that perhaps we'll see an uphill time trial on the wall too. So all of these things come together to make for an amazingly beautiful tour, dramatic tour. I think it would be good for the fans and for the riders and for the teams and for the media. Thank you all.